Now in this exercise, I'm going to show you a forward bending motion that is fabulous for helping to release the low back and the upper spine as well. It's great for strengthening your base of support for the core musculature of the body. And by that I mean the legs. So it will strengthen as well as lengthen the legs, the muscles in the legs. Strengthening the quadriceps while lengthening the hamstrings. Short hamstrings are a huge cause to actually a huge component of lower back pain in many, many cases. And in my practice, I've seen that over and over again, short hamstrings linked to low back pain. So this is a great way to lengthen the hamstrings, strengthen the agonist muscles on the other side, the quadriceps, and allow the spine to release and basically lengthen the front of the lower spine. So great exercise. It's a basic forward bend. Now, we're going to start out by taking our feet parallel. I'm using a sticky mat, by the way, a yoga mat. You don't need to do it. You can use a solid or a hard surface or a solid surface, just something that's not squishy, something that you balance easily on. You could also use a yoga mat. If you don't know where to get one, you can buy one from my website. Alternatively, you can go to Walmart or any number of stores and buy a yoga mat. The key with yoga mats is that you get one that's not slippery. So you get one that when your hand has a little bit of perspiration on it or your foot has a little bit of perspiration on it, is not going to slip. You really need the traction for on these mats for them to work. And they're not expensive, under 20 bucks, under $20, $25. So get a sticky mat. I highly suggest it. You can use it for so many other things, but you don't need to start out with one. Now, in this exercise, I'll start out with my feet parallel. Okay, so I've got my 2 feet parallel. My weight is evenly distributed across my 2 feet. My knees, my ankles, and my hips are all lined up so that my feet aren't kind of out to the side here. Because remember, I'm going to try and support this core structure of my body. And in order to do that, I need to have a strong, solid foundation. So I need to put my legs in a position that provides a strong, solid, as strong of and as solid of a foundation as I can get right now with the body that I have right now. So I do that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work my quadriceps hard. Notice they're soft now. You look at just above my knees, and you'll see as I work these muscles, the kneecaps raise a little bit. The muscles are hard now, so when I bang on them, they're pretty hard. Now, in this exercise, you're going to find that as you bend forward, these muscles are going to want to let go, and they're going to start to get soft. And so you got to keep reminding yourself to tighten them up. And what I do is I use this wrapping with my knuckles to remind myself. I test the muscle to see, is it soft or is it working? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to balance my weight just in front of the heel. So that's this part right here. Not here, not here, but just in front of the heel. That's where I want my weight to go. And yet I want my feet to be easily spread across the floor with weight evenly distributed. But the actual, if I were to drop a plumb line down from my head, I would want that plumb line to be just in front of the area between my 2 heels. Now, next I'm going to take my hands to my waist. I'm going to lift my kneecaps. I'm going to lift my chest, and I'm going to begin to bend forward at the waist. Notice, I'm not arcing, but I'm bending forward with a concave back. I bend forward at the waist. I bend forward at the waist. At some point, my hamstrings start to pull, and my back starts to round a little bit. So I will just work to where I can. But I don't want to really, I'm not forcing my back to round. I'm allowing gravity to help me in this exercise. So I just cross my arms, and I work my legs. And what you'll find is your weight will want to move forward on your feet, or perhaps onto one foot and off the other. And what you do is you just keep balancing out the weight, pushing the weight into your heels, pushing the weight into your heels, pushing the weight into your heels. And you'll find it doesn't matter if you touch the floor or not, but you'll find that your muscles in your thigh want to release, so you strengthen them up again. And you'll find that if you're here long enough, if you strengthen your legs long enough and you keep working, eventually you're going to be able to let your spine release. And that's what you're shooting for. You can cross your arms opposite, stay a little longer. Most people won't want to stay too long. Before you come up, place your hands on your hips, and then come up using your legs, strong legs, to support your body. This is a great exercise. It's a little bit counterintuitive for lower back pain, but it can help. If you do this and your back pain increases, stop. If you do this and your back pain decreases, continue to do it. Those are the two things that you really need to use to gauge whether this exercise is going to work for you or not. But it's a great option, and it works fabulously for a certain population of people.